morning, friends. Welcome to Khullamkhulla News, Views and Reviews. So today we are going to talk about the 18th Jio Mumbai Film Festival and its third day proceedings. So today we'll be talking about four films. The first film is Winter Sleep, a film directed by Nouri Bil Seelan. This film, a couple of years ago, it won Palme d'Or at Cannes Film Festival. It was also selected by the Turkish film authorities as its entry for Oscar. It was neither shortlisted nor it won Oscar. The second film is I, Daniel Blake. It's a British film made by Ken Loach. This film won Palme d'Or this year. So it's an important film. The third film is L. This was again part of Cannes competition this year, and it's a very interesting, very important film. In my opinion, this could have been one of the prospective Palme d'Or winners, but this was totally ignored, and I was quite disappointed about it. Then we are going to talk about two bizarre films. Staying Vertical. This is a film by Alan Gurado, who specializes in films with a lot of nudity in them. One of his films was earlier there in a couple of years ago, in Cannes, Uncertain Regard sections, and there was so much of nudity that a lot of people walked out of the screening, after 5-10 minutes. It can be intolerable nudity and kind of stuff, which you're not used to watching. Then we have a film called Slack Bay. Now, this is typical French humor, but it's quite surreal at times and very difficult to digest by lay audiences. But then, film art has many dimensions, and it's one of those dimensions. And people may or may not like the film, but it's an artistically valid attempt. So that's the fifth film. Winter Sleep. We know a lot of people might have watched the film already. It's part of the Turkish cinema package, because this year MAMI Film Festival has its focus on Turkish cinema. The beauty of the film is the location where it is set. Is a city of Cappadocia, which is in the Anatolia region of Turkey, and there they have these cave houses, and it's a major tourist attraction. And that is very well shot, very well, showcased for everybody. There are a couple of very interesting shots there in the film, apart from the main story, which is a story about this old man married to a younger woman, a rich landlord actually. His sister also lives with him, and the kind of interaction they have and the kind of conflicts they have. He's basically a good man, but he has certain, like any other man, he wants to have control over everything, and that irks people around him. And so there is nothing exceptional about the story. I think it is inspired from all kinds of sources, literary sources, this source, that source. Film looks, the entire drama and the interaction looks quite stagey in so many ways. But two very interesting shots are there. One is, the capture of a wild horse. That is beautiful. Probably, these two shots led the jury of Cannes Film Festival to consider the film, seriously for the Palme d'Or and awarding the Palme d'Or in the final analysis. So that's why the film became very interesting. And those shots were very, very important. As far as the rest of the drama was concerned, in my opinion, it was commonplace. It was not exceptional in any way. I, Daniel Blake by Ken Loach is a film which showcases what is going on in Britain, and particularly there are marginalized sections, older people, and the poor people. The bureaucracy there in Britain has a kind of a welfare economy where A lot of things are available to you free in the sense that Medicare, education, housing. But the bureaucracy, the way it is functioning, things are getting difficult for people or these marginalized classes, especially the poor and the older generation people. So it's their story. I mean, you see, a lot of despair in the film. Now in India, we live in far worse conditions, and somehow, we are still living happily. That sense of despair is still not there. Uh, some of our rural areas, could be an exception to this, but generally, in urban Indian life, you don't find this kind of despair the way it has been projected here. Looks like things are so horrible in Britain. Unlivable, uh, and there should be some kind of a revolt in Britain. If you really go by whatever is shown in the film. I don't think it's an exceptional film, but it won the Palme d'Or. And I feel that Indian filmmakers, if they have to look for subjects, they will find 5,000 subjects, to make 5,000 films that could be probably, much more impacting, much more interesting, much more dramatic, than I Daniel Blake. So, L is a film about debauchery. It revolves around a woman who is running a kind of a computer company, computer software company that makes these games, and then there are so many things happening. Sex plays a very important role in this. Debauchery plays a very important role in this. It's the beauty of the film is that it's viscerally written, viscerally performed, viscerally directed. So that's very very important to me, because if something is coming out of your intuition, that's any day, any time, is far more valid from artistic perspective. Then we have Staying Vertical. Now, Staying Vertical is about it's again a surreal kind of existential film where a lot of things are happening which you cannot really decipher, but you can clearly make out that sex plays a very important role in this. All kind of nudity you will find, male nudity, female nudity, all kind of sexual behavior you will find. And again, this is the kind of film which probably people will walk out after 15 minutes of their screening. But again, it's an artistically valid film. Then we have Slack Bay, which I told you already. It's a typical film, a lot of French humor, which some people like, some people do not like. But it's French humor combined with a lot of surrealist, bizarre stuff. Extreme stuff. Where you see this family, which is they are living on some kind of an island, and the visitors there, they capture them and they kill them and they cook them, or they eat them raw actually, and they eat them as if they're having a kind of a meal. Now that was something which I found to be quite. It goes beyond drama, but again, it's there. It's French humor. Nothing is sacrosanct. Anything can be shown. So this is all about the third day of the 18th Jio MAMI Mumbai Film Festival. And I'm continuing with this reportage because I'm learning things. I am trying to be comfortable with this camera, with all this. And I want to see whether I can really be coherent and I can do something extempore. Now, this is all extempore. I'm not writing anything down except the names of the films which I have put in front of me, which I referred to, and the names of the filmmakers. They are very strange names. Sometimes you have this Alan Guirada. Okay, fine. L, that film has been made by Paul Verhoeven. That is, I had forgotten. So that is his film. So this is it. And goodbye for now. See you again later, tomorrow.